I'm going to just repeat that. Welcome to IT Grade 10. This is your Zoom lesson. This will occur every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 o'clock. Okay, so good to have you all here. And today we are going to continue with Delphi. I am aware that some of you are struggling with your computers. So what I would suggest to you is take out some paper, okay? As I've told you before, my final UNISA exam was a 3-hour written Delphi exam. I didn't have a computer and I had to be able to write my code physically. I think that was the day that my hand nearly broke. It was quite intense. So, okay. So yesterday we went through we worked, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, I showed you how to use the panel. I'm working out of your study ops textbook, the Enjoy Delphi. And today I'm going to be working on page 27 and 28. So if you've got your textbook, drag it closer, but I do have a PowerPoint for you also. So let me share that for you and we can start the lesson. Okay, so today's component that we are going to work with and learn to code is the RichEdit. Sometimes we need to display more information than what a single label or panel can contain. The RichEdit component is a type of edit that can handle multiple lines of text. Say, for example, your textbook. The information could have been written in a RichEdit. Sorry if my voice is going. I've been teaching all day. The lines in this control can extend beyond the right boundary of the edit, or they can wrap onto the next line. So what this means is, when you're typing in Word, it is not going to carry on typing and typing and typing and go off the screen. It has the ability to have a wrap text, which means it will immediately, as soon as it hits the right boundary, it is going to go down to the next line. So you can set it that it just carries on writing, but that is going to be a bit pointless because then you won't be able to see it. So make sure that you switch on your wrap text in the object inspector. So let's quickly take a look at where that is. Let me just find my Delphi. Okay. So there is my RichEdit on the side here. And I'm going to quickly go up here. And in your object inspector, we have what we call the word wrap. So in Word, it's called wrap text. In Delphi, we call it word wrap. Okay. So what you are going to do is you are going to design this interface. Okay, so this little program, you're going to design it for me. In a short bit, I'm going to give you all the components, but let's just see what must happen here. So the user will enter a boy's name into the edit, okay, and then click on boy. What it must do then, it must display the name under in the boy RichEdit. If they enter a girl's name in this edit, then click on girl, and then it must appear in the girl RichEdit. Okay. Now remember, we use prefixes in Delphi, so to say what component we are using. So for example, this at the back here is the form. We will use FRM. Over here where it says enter name of learner, that is a label, and we will use LBL. Edit is EDT, button is BTN, and just a little different, this is a bit button, and the prefix we actually use is BMB. Okay. Then to clear the RichEdit, select the lines property of the object inspector. So let me show you here quickly. When I insert, I'm going to just increase my form there and place an additional RichEdit. Okay, so here I've got my RichEdit. but now there is writing in there. Now the same is when you have your edit box, you're going to press delete and remove the text. But this time it is not under, there is no text to go and remove it. The method we use with a rich edit is lines.add. So I need to go and find lines over here. I click on the ellipsis, okay, it's going to open a new screen for me, and you're going to press backspace or just highlight everything until there are 0 lines. Okay, so that is just, if you start working and you see there's writing, make sure you go to these lines and you can remove any text. But at the same time, you can go and add your own text if you wanted a heading. So, for example, I will have here display information, okay? And in runtime, I will then be able to see that information. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that one so it doesn't confuse the program. Okay, so to clear the rich edit, you're going to go to the lines property of the rich edit in the object inspector. So if you see OI, I'm speaking about the object inspector. When you click on the 3 dots in the editor will appear and you're going to delete the name of rich edit. Okay, so here's the form that you're going to design for me, the program. So the form you're going to call FRM learners, and the caption is going to be learners. Now the thing's gone above that. Let's see, there we go. Then you're going to give me a label, LBL learner, and the caption, I want enter name of learner. Then I will have an edit, and it will be EDT name, but the text you need to go and delete for me. So I don't want anything to stand in here. Then we have BTN boy and BTN girl, and your caption will be boy and girl. And here's red. Okay, so what is my prefix for rich edit? It is red. So red boy, red girl, or red output, red display, so that I immediately know which component I'm dealing with. And then they haven't named it, but we like to use BMB close. And now this is not, you're not going to really write the caption. You can change the caption, but under kind, so let's go back to our program so I can show you. Do you see there? There is the caption and the ampersand close. But what I'm specifically looking for is kind here. So to choose, set your BMB. Now, bit button has some more controls than just a plain button. I can select from any of these pre-programmed actions. So BK abort, BK cancel, BK help. The one that you're quite used to is the reset. That's also a bit button, but then we change the caption to reset instead of retry. Okay, so there you go. That one is already programmed for you. Okay, so you're going to design that in Delphi for me. Remember, you start off, you create a folder. The folder is going to be activity 27. So underscore 27 for page 27. Then inside you will save your unit as activity 27 underscore U. Then the project will be activity 27 underscore P. Make sure that you've saved your unit and your project. If it only gives you one of the options, then there's a problem. Then you can go to File, Save As. So say I had only saved my unit, but there's no project. You will go to File, Save As, enter the name, and then Save Project As, and save the name. So if anything went wrong, use this option, not just the one that we normally click on, the Save All. Okay. So great. I'm so happy to see so many of you here. I'm very, very happy about that. And okay. So now let's take a look at my program. So what I want to happen is when I enter a name here, I need to decide, is it a boy's name or a girl's name? And then I will click on the respective button, okay? And then it must go and display in whichever rich edit I have selected. So how do I do that? Red boy dot, now it's got a double method to it, not just dot lines. So where we cleared the lines in the object inspector, now you want to add lines. And what am I going to add? I've already up at the top, we haven't done variables yet. Later on, we will use variable names like sname instead of writing out the component and the method. But for now, you are just going to write the component. So the first part is your component name. The second part is the method. So what type is an edit box? I'm going to use type text. Okay. So whatever is written into this box, I want it then written into the rich edit. Once I've clicked finish clicking, I wanted to go and clear that. Otherwise, every time a new user comes and tries to type something, they have to go and delete everything. So that takes time and it's annoying. So you want to make it as user-friendly for the person dealing with your program. So to clear it, we are going to use edtname.clear. And then, very importantly, we want to make sure that the cursor goes back to the edit so they don't click somewhere else. So we say edtname.setFocus. Then the same for the girl rich edit. You will double click on button girl and you will enter redgirl.lines.add and you will have the text. Enter the text. From there must then be written. And remember to clear and set focus again. So remember to add the clear and set focus so that the cursor will be in the correct position. A useful feature of the rich edit is the scroll bars property in the object inspector. Change this to SS vertical and you will see a scroll bar appear when the user adds enough. So if I have about 10 names in here, there should be a scroll bar. So let us go and take a look. So I go to my rich edit. Okay, this is a different rich edit. This is another activity you're going to try. Okay, and we scroll down here. Over there, do you see there? Here are the scroll bars. I can choose SS both, so a vertical one and a horizontal, or just a horizontal. Here we've got there should be, if my screen was bigger, would be horizontal, or the vertical one. Okay, so there I would select SS vertical so that if I have a lot of names and information, I could scroll down and I wouldn't lose any of the information. Okay. To prevent the user from changing the names in the rich edit, you need to set your rich edit, the read-only property in the object inspector, to true. The user will still be able to add additional information from your edits, but they won't be able to delete. So now you're saying, but what do you mean about delete? It is possible in runtime. So let me quickly use this other program. This is your homework that you're going to be doing. So here I have Bob, and his surname is Builder, okay, and his number is 012345678, okay, and we're just going to copy his number, and he's Bob at builder.com. Okay, and if I click on add, there we have our information. Now if I keep clicking add, do you see there's my scroll bar? Okay, but now I don't like the name Bob, so I delete it. Now you don't actually want your user to be able to do that. So what you have to go and do is you need to go and change the property here. So where it says here read only, you are going to click on this checkbox and change it to true. So read only means they can read it, but they cannot edit. So that is a little trick that you might not have known. Is a rich edit. It is possible to actually delete in a rich edit also. Okay. So let us take a look at your homework. This is not a very long lesson today. I'm starting with very basics because I want you to be able to practice. You are going to design this interface for me also. Okay. What have I used here? I have used panels. Okay. With my bevel inner and bevel outer, you need to go and re-watch yesterday's or the previous lesson to be able to see about that. Inside, you're going to have labels and edits for the name and surname, and the same for the telephone, cell, and email. Here you will have a rich edit. You could call it red display. It's up to you what you call your output. There we go. Actually, I've called it red output. I've given you the names, and you need to set your buttons. Okay, so group your components in panels to give a professional look. When the user clicks the Add button, the information must be displayed in the rich edit. The Reset button must clear the edits and return the focus to the name edit. Okay, so very, very simple. You need to be able to read from each of these edits. So for example, EDT name, okay, it hasn't displayed all of these, so I'm just going to tell you, this is EDT name, EDT surname, EDT make it phone, EDT cell, EDT email, one word, no dash in between. Okay, so remember, what is my method with an edit? It will be EDT name dot text. Okay, okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to hold on to my voice as much as possible. And that is the rich edit. So the next time that we get together, we are going to try a few more events. We are going to look at the on change, and I will also introduce you to the memo. It works exactly the same as a rich edit, so you will find it really, really easy. And then we're going to see if you can start coding by yourself. Start thinking about how you want your program to look. I know it's still a bit difficult because you're new to Delphi, so don't worry too much about that. But as we continue, I will keep teaching, and you can use your textbook, guys. It's very easy for you to actually work this textbook just by yourself. It is a fantastic textbook. Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining today. I will see you next week, Tuesday. Tomorrow, you need to work on your PAT for me, please. By now, your research should be done, and you should start designing. If you don't have a computer or Delphi to design in, I want you to do it on paper for me, please. Okay, and all the stuff that you do on paper, do not throw away. I keep it as evidence, and that becomes part of your PAT. Okay, so that I can see your logical thinking, and there's about 20 marks at the end of your PAT that I have to evaluate how you've worked on your PAT from phase 1 to phase 2. Okay, great, guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a great weekend. I will post the videos to Google Classroom. We also now have a YouTube channel for Cornerstone. It is Cornerstone College, Pretoria, SA. Just find the one with the school logo. And your teachers are posting new videos daily for you so that you do not miss out on too much work. Okay. And I have sent out to you and your parents procedures on how to submit on Google Classroom. We have had some issues. They now expect us to let me just stop the share and then I can see you directly. Okay, so what has happened with the Google Classroom is that they want us to use their software, so Google Docs, Google Sheets, etc. But what you can do is, because there is no Delphi for Google, you will then upload your data, your notes and things into your Google Drive. and then submit from there. So instead of saying submit from device, you're going to say submit from Google Drive. Okay, great. Let's just quickly see who we've got who signed in. Welcome, Raniwe. Welcome, Tlamelo. It's good to speak to you just now. So we are catching up with the grade 10s at the moment. And if you have any questions, please just post it on Google Classroom. If possible, try and take a screenshot of your question and add it to the comment, because it's easier for me to be able to answer if I can actually see what the problem is. To do screenshot on your keyboard, there is a PRT-SC button you can click on, or at the bottom in the search, you type in snipping tool, and you will highlight the section that you want, and you just right click and copy and paste it for me. Okay, great. Have an awesome weekend, all of you, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.